Hi everyone, welcome back to Avishkar. If you are a Python developer looking for an easy way to manage your Python environments and dependencies, you need to check out Rai. In this video, we are going to see how to install Rai and a setting we need to configure before installing Rai in Windows. Without wasting any time, let's get started. So, what is Rai? Rai is a modern Python package and environmental manager designed to simplify dependency management, virtual environments, and even Python installations. Yeah, you have heard it right. You can also install different versions of Python by using Rai. It's a great alternative to tools like PyEnv, virtualenv, and Poetry. Rai manages Python project with the help of pyproject.toml file. It uses UV to manage packages instead of pip. Now we will see how to install Rai for Windows. Rai can be installed in Windows using two methods. One is by building it from the source code using cargo. As Rai is written in Rust, we can use cargo to build it from the source code, or we can use installer file which we can download directly from the Rai website and we can use it to install. In this video, we are going to see how to install using .exe file. So first to download, we need to visit to this website, the official website of the Rai. Then we can download x86 underscore 64 for 64-bit version or x86 for 32-bit version. Then the important configuration we need to set before installing it on Windows is we need to activate developer mode in Windows. Then we can start the installation process. I'll open a browser. Here I am using Edge. Then visit rai.astral.sh. So on the home page itself, we can see an installation instruction which has been given for Linux, Mac OS, Windows, and compile it yourself. Here we are going through Windows and using installer file. So here there are two versions. One is for the 64-bit version and one is for the 32-bit version. Now I am on 64-bit operating system. So I'll click on this to download. So once the download is completed, we will head over to the downloads folder. Sometimes it will show you there is a warning. I'll click on keep. Once the download is completed, head over to the downloads folder. So here I have the installer file. So before installing, we have seen we need to activate the developers mode. If we are not activated, we'll see what is the warning it's going to show. Double click on the installer file. So here we can see there's a warning. Okay, your Windows configuration doesn't support Symlink. So it's strongly recommended that you enable developer mode in Windows. Okay, so for that, now here I'll click on N. Okay, so it is installation cancelled. We'll go for settings. In settings, search for developers mode. So in the developer settings, we can see we have an option for developer mode. Toggle the switch button to on. Click on S. So once the developer mode is set, go back to the installer file. Double click on this one. So here we don't have any warning. So I'll click on yes to continue now. Now here we can see it says all done. Press any key to continue. To verify Rai is installed successfully or not, we'll open command prompt and verify for its installation. Click on Windows R button, then type CMD, enter. So it opens command prompt. So from here, we'll say ry dash dash version. So now here we can see ry 0.44.0 is installed, and we can also see over here UV enabled, that is true. Okay, so ry is using UV for managing packages. We have successfully installed the ry in Windows. We'll see how to create a project and to work with it. So we can create four different types of projects using ry. One is we can create a Python package project, then executable project, then virtual project, and if there is an existing project, we can make use of requirements.txt file and we can create a project which can manage by using ry. To create a Python package, this is the command which is being used. Ry, in it is going to initialize a project with this project name. So once this command is been executed, it is going to create a folder structure like this, which is going to have pyproject.toml. All the configuration details are going to be stored in pyproject.toml file, and the package directory is going to be stored inside the source folder with the name project name, and we'll be having an underscore init.py file. Then the another way is to create an executable project. For that, we are going to add a flag to the previous command, that is dash dash script. This is going to create an executable project. So the folder structure is same as the previous one, but the only change is it's going to create another new file which is of underscore main along with the previous one. Then the next one is virtual project. Virtual projects are projects which are themselves not installable Python package. For instance, this is useful if you want to use libraries or frameworks like Django, Flask, mkdocs without declaring a package yourself. So to create a virtual project, we are going to initialize it with dash dash virtual flag. So with this, the project is going to create dot git directory, dot git ignore file, then dot python dash version file, then a readme.md file, and then pyproject.toml file. This we will see now how to create a virtual project and to work with it. Then we have one more way, that is we can create it using an existing requirements file. That means if you have an already existing project, you can create a requirements.txt file from that. Then you can make use of that requirements.txt file to create a project that can be maintained by ry using ry. Okay, for that we are going to say dash r requirements.txt file. Dash r says read it from requirements.txt file. Now we will see how to create an virtual project on the system and to work with it. Now I'm inside ry underscore tutorial. From here, I'll open a command prompt. I'll close the previous command prompt which was been opened. From this location, I'll open the command prompt. For that, you can click on this address bar and type cmd enter. So this opens command prompt directly into that folder location, that is ry underscore tutorial. So we are going to create a virtual project. For that, we are going to say ry init dash dash virtual. Running this command should create some files and directories. So we can see it says success initialize virtual project in the directory ry underscore tutorial. Then it is saying us run rising to get started. Before doing this, we will go and see what is the four directories which are being created. We'll open it in a editor and we'll see the file contents. So for that, I'll use Codium, you can use Visual Studio Code also. If you are using Visual Studio Code, you can type code space dot. Okay, if you are using Codium, you can say Codium space dot. So here we can see we have these files being created. So in this, we'll concentrate mainly on the Python version file and pyproject.toml. This is the file where which version of Python need to be used is pinned. Okay, so here we can see .python dash version. It says it is 3.12.9. If I want to change it to the newer version of 3.13, then I can easily alter it with ry command. Okay, we'll see with that. We'll go with 3.13 and we'll see how it alters with this file. Then this pyproject.toml file is the configuration file for the project. Here we'll be having the name of the project, then the version, then description. If you want to add the description, you can add. Then the dependencies, what are the dependencies we'll be installing, that will be added over here. Then readme file, okay, it's giving the location of that. Then requires Python, which version of Python is required to execute this project. For that, this virtual is equal to true, as we have given the flag dash dash virtual. That is the reason we have here virtual is equal to true. So we'll see how to change this Python version to the required recent Python 3.13 version. I'm not going to change it directly on the file. I'll use the ry command itself. So we'll say ry pin 3.13. Now I'm asking ry to use 3.13 for this project. So it is easy for me to alter the Python version for a particular project. Enter. Now here we can see it says pinned 3.13.2 in this particular file, that is .python dash version. If we go and see that file, we can see it is 3.13.2. Now I need to add some libraries. If I want to add some library, then I can say ry add. Here I'll go with request library. Enter. Now we can see it is downloading 3.13.2 because we have altered the version of the Python. We are not going with the 3.12. We are going with 3.13. So it is downloading. It's not been there in my system. Then it is installing that. So once the installation of 3.13 is done, it has downloaded the library of requests and its dependencies. Okay, and everything is been installed, and we can also see it has also created a virtual environment with the name .venv. If we go to this directory, we can see a new directory with .venv is created. Along with that, it also has requirements-dev.log and requirements.log file. Now we'll create a Python script with file name main.py. Will import request and will print its version. So I have saved this file. To execute this file, we'll go to the command prompt. And in this location, we have the file. We can see over here, we have this main.py file. So to execute, we'll use the command ry run python main.py. So we can see it prints 2.32.3, which is same as this request 2.32.3. Okay, so from this we can say we have successfully created a virtual project by using ry, and we are able to execute it by using ry. That's it for this video. If you found this tutorial helpful, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss the future tutorials. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments and we'll be happy to help you. Thanks for watching and happy coding.